let's go fly. Come on, let's go fly. Let's go fly. Come on, Wilbur. Hold on with it.
I think that they are affected by the gravitational fields of the Earth and that they can remember latitude and longitude and landmarks.
Come on, bird. Come on.
You know, there's many scientists that still haven't figured out how they know their way home.
Well, there's signs all the way down the highway these days. It's very easy.
I guess as far as I'm concerned, I'm just glad to see him come home.
Well, I was started in about 1948 by my uncle, who had raced pigeons all his life. And he gave me 2 baby birds at about 4 weeks old back when I was about 9 years old.
Put him in there? Okay. Okay, hold the door shut so he doesn't get away.
There's enough people in the hobby now that we raise and give pigeons to people. That's how I got my pigeons when I started back into it. It wasn't that I went out and bought pigeons. It was I went to people that lived here in the city, and their offers for pigeons more than I could keep.
Okay, that's all we're gonna take today. Ready to go outside?
Well, I got started at birth with pigeons. My father was a flyer, and I've been in it all my life. Mostly I was his helper. And when I got grown and married, I parted ways with the pigeons. It was always my dad's thing. And suddenly, we lost my father. He died. And the race season was right upon us. And something told me that I had to pick up where he left off. He had a lot of faith and trust in these birds. And so that's what my husband and I did. My husband wasn't familiar with birds, but we've done a lot of learning now. And I've been drawing on past experiences from a child. And it's been a lot of fun. We won a couple of races, and I had a good time with it. We love it.
When I was about 11 or 12 years old, I got some. And there was 4 of us kids that all had them. And we'd take them, tie a wagon behind our bicycle, put the birds in crates, put them on the deal, ride 2 or 3 miles and turn them loose. And then we found out about racing in clubs, and et cetera, and all of our fathers helped us, and it was a very enjoyable time. Intelligent.
The son of Blackie there?
Uh-huh. Rating for because we've been kind of firing up in the air since the first year.
I was in grade school, and the school bus driver in my grade school raced pigeons. And I started off with a pair of showbirds, and eventually got into the racing pigeons and started racing with his help.
Let's go fly. Come on. Come on, Andy. Come on, let's go fly. Yeah, I first got interested in pigeons back in the 40s as a high school boy. And, one of my classmates raised and flew racing pigeon with his dad as a father and son project. I was around there a few times and kind of got infatuated with a real nice little blue bar cock that they had, and after some negotiation, I bought the little bird for something like $3. In the fall of 1986, I went to the state fair and really more or less by chance happened into the poultry building, and there were a little pair of blue bars that reminded me so much of the little bird that I had that I called Tiny back in those days. Next thing I knew, I had about 15 young birds.
Well, the day Jim came home with the first group of birds, I can honestly say I thought he had lost his mind. The final realization was there that the birds were home and we were seriously going to do this.
At first she thought I was crazy, but they're her pets now, and it's like I'm the coach and they're the athletes and she's the cheerleader, and she goes out there and gives them pep talks. And
Now, Jenny, I was wondering when you were going to make it over here. Can you share with Christi? Probably not, right? You want to give it a try? Huh? They all have names. That's been one of the fun parts. I'm using literary names. And I've been through F. Scott Fitzgerald and the Bronte sisters, and I'm working on several other classics right now. Yeah, so we haven't had anything. Francis, don't be crabby. That's good.
Hi, little birds. Everybody ready to go? Okay, Stella, it looks like you're going to be first. I decided that I wanted to start small, and the result has been it's given me a lot more time to get experience in caring for a few birds rather than a mob. Emily's docile. You're going to go on a little trip today. Calm down, birds. Calm down.
Okay, I think we're on the road now, aren't we? Yeah. You bet. See, we're on the road now. Yeah, that wasn't so bad, was it? No, that wasn't bad. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
I will always want to be able to have personal touch with each bird. Okay, guys, let's go. Time to go on a little trip.
Generally, we breed the birds in the springtime and in the early summer. It takes about 18 days for the eggs to hatch, and it takes, after the birds hatch, it takes about another 25 or 6 days for the birds to leave the nest.
The bird is 3.5 days old, and you can see by that, that's the actual egg that the bird hatched from, and you can see that the amount of growth that occurs in that period of time. We've chosen a name for this little bird now. It's Daisy. We're going to call it Daisy, and it's now 2 weeks old, and you can see by comparison with the previous pictures that this bird is really growing fast. A little clumsy. But look at the wing. That's 3 weeks. Another week she'll be fully feathered and almost full-sized bird, and we'll be weaning her from her parents. Come a long ways in 3 weeks.
At about 4 weeks of age, the youngster is weaned from its parents, and it goes through what's called a settling process, whereby it learns to fly and learns to home to the loft that it's going to race to.
And then at about 3 or 4 months old normally, we'll start training them, and that involves taking them out short distances at the early part, 5 miles, 8 miles, 10 miles. We gradually take them a little further away each time, and each time they learn a little bit more until they're ready for the first race, which is normally about 100 miles.
Okay, this is the place. This is where we're going to release them. Okay, guys, you about ready to go home? Not going to be too far. Okay. Let's let these guys go. You think those guys don't know where home is?
'88, auto, 291.
When each bird is 5 days old, he is banded with a registered band, and no two birds has the same band number. So on race day, each bird is logged into the club, the number is recorded, and then a special race ring is added to his leg. When the bird returns from the race, we must remove the race ring from his leg, put it in a special clock, which in turn will record the exact time to the second that the bird arrived home.
Everybody grab your clock.
All right. Let's go.
Are you ready to kick? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kick.
There we go. Is y'all on money?
Check box at the run.
Time comes to go to your first race. It's kind of a mixture of excitement and fear, I guess. And it takes about 20 minutes for me to drive to the clubhouse where we load the birds. And I remember all the way down there, I kept thinking, maybe I ought to just turn around and go back home and forget this. But I stuck with it, and they went away into the night on the trailer, and the next morning, I guess I was wondering if they really could do it. My first bird came in, I think we got 13th place in that race. First race out, 13th place, I was elated. I was hooked for life.
The reward of the pigeons for me is more than just flying the pigeons. My little boy, when I get up in the mornings to take the birds out to train him, he wants to go with me. And the reward is that it's something that we can all do together.
You can be a hobbyist and keep a few pigeons and enjoy that particular aspect of the sport. Or you can keep larger numbers, race larger numbers, work much harder at it if you so choose.
You have, I guess, immediate gratification. If you've done your job right and you've worked hard, you win on the spot. And having your peers, whether they're men or women, applaud you is worth it all.